Stop with the faux communist pretense, unless you want to go there. And if you do, think again, sunshine. You're really quite something, you are.
Aren't I? But you're really quite nothing. Right, you're not a Christian.
I'm done with him. You have to use pronouns. It's like, fuck you, buddy. Oh, fuck you, buddy! Fuck you, buddy!
Wow.
Yes, I just brought out the big guns for that one. I was like, F you, buddy. Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who. Hello, everyone. A few days ago, I penned an irritated tweet in response to one of the latest happenings on the
The great thing about this is how much he thinks he's killing it right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
increasingly heated culture war front in response to the decision of an actor named Elliot Page. I am employing this awkward and impossible naming style because it is now apparently mandatory, and am probably doing it wrong nonetheless.
Okay, pause it. I'm sorry. You know you're doing it wrong because you don't need to say Elliot Page's dead name. You can just say Elliot Page.
Listen, you know, Jordan Peterson is... Wait a second. Jordan Peterson... These rules about the way you pronounce a J or you spell his name, it's too hard for me to say. Wait, let's listen more.
This is where he's talking about sin as a pride as a sin.
Utter carelessness of the Twitter organization with regard to the propriety of its own censorial actions.
Sure.
I should at least know exactly what I did wrong if I am required to acknowledge that my tweet violated the Twitter rules. What rules, you sons of bitches? Exactly. Precisely.
That'll be a drop.
Yes.
Wait, but we know the rule, right? Like, you don't dead name somebody. You don't purposefully misgender them.
It's in the terms of service. You're a professor. I would imagine that you've read some in your time. You can go in the terms of service and read it.
There's several things too. Like he also called the doctor a criminal, which they're not.
Yeah.
Right. It is just, don't be a dick on purpose. How's that? That's not specific enough.
That's impossible.
You
Of course,
sons
Benny
of
knows.
bitches.
Hello, this is Canada's premier polymath, Jordan Peterson.
Hello, Jordan.
I've taken a break from masturbating in the bathroom at work to address some criticisms I've received on this program as of late.
Okay.
Bad voice,
First off,
good
you asked
content.
me why is my hair so greasy? Pomade and other hair products that result in a conspicuously slick sheen are reminders of a previous hierarchy in which men's hair could look like an orb and women could be groped in a hallway for dressing like whores. And again, I come back to makeup in the workplace. Why do women make their lips red? Why do they put rouge on their cheeks? Why do they wear high heels? To exaggerate sexual attractiveness to their bosses. Pigs! Why do pigs have these cute little upturned noses? And why do they have those cute little curly cute tails above their pink, pert pig buttocks? Why is it okay to openly talk about eating pig butt as a cut of meat, yet if I were to tell my TA that I want to eat her big pig butt at work, she's black, by the way, that's a problem. That's a problem. It's a problem with
Nothing that should
correctness.
matter.
And don't get me started on the absurdity of outlawing daddy-daughter dances. The daddy-daughter dances and memories that I have would have been erased from my memory in some kind of Sam Harris computer fantasy in this legislation where it's passed. It's just absurd. And you ask me, why am I jerking off right now? Why am I jerking off right now? Why? Why? To exaggerate my sexual attractiveness. Ritual bestiality with swine was common in previous hierarchies and social structures. They are very smart, very loving, very generous, loving animals.
Thank you for the...
And you stop laughing. Clean your room, Michael. I'm your father. I'm your father. Who's your daddy, you fucking cultural Marxist?
Okay. We've got to... there we go.
Oh, that was a killer.
There you go.
Whatever you do, don't drink apple juice. It'll ruin you. Did you hear about that?
No.
He was on Rogan, and he literally, because he and his daughter, I guess, eat like 100% meat diet or something.
Oh, it's totally paleo.
Totally, not even paleo, because I think in paleo you still eat some vegetables. They have some type of very not good for your colon diet.
All right, look, man, I appreciate the call.
And he said that,
let you go.
and he's talking about how he needs to eat like this or everything. And he said, I had a glass of apple juice and I could not sleep for a month. And Rogan's just like, a month?
I mean, juice is basically just sugar water.
No, juice is not good for you. But he said literally he couldn't sleep for 1 month. You
25
would die.
days, he said.
25 days.
And Rogan's like, what?
And Rogan was like, none? And he's like, what does that look like? He goes, I'll tell you what it looks like. You lay in your bed, you lay in terror for 8 hours a night. Let me just say, I think we can very definitively establish, like, I don't think Jordan Peterson is not a huckster.
Jordan Peterson has gone 25 days without sleep.
Let's just play this again.
All right, here it is. If Jordan Peterson goes 25 days without sleep, I think that explains a lot about Jordan Peterson.
Oh, yeah, a lot.
One of the things that both Michaela and I noticed was that when we restricted our diet and then ate something we weren't supposed to, the reaction to eating what we weren't supposed to was absolutely catastrophic.
What did you do? What did you switch to? Or what did you eat, rather?
Well, the worst response, I think we're allergic to, or allergic, whatever the hell this is, having an inflammatory response to something called sulfites. And we had some apple cider that had sulfites in it, and that was really not good. Like, I was done for a month. That was the first time I talked to Sam Harris.
You were done for a month?
Oh, yeah. It took me out for a month. It was awful.
Really?
Yeah. So I would say,
so,
look.
So this is right before this whole truth conversation with Sam Harris that got stuck in the mud. During.
So
I
I think the day I talked to Sam was like the worst day of my life. Not because of talking to Sam, but it was
just physically.
Oh, Jesus, I was so dead. But I didn't want to not do it. Because
apple cider, like what was it doing?
Sulfites in it.
What was it doing to you?
Oh, it produced an overwhelming sense of impending doom. And I seriously mean overwhelming. Like, there's no way I could have lived like that if that would have lasted for... See, Michaela knew by that point that it would probably only last a month. And I was like,
a month?
Yeah,
from
a month.
Fucking cider.
Oh, I didn't sleep that month. I didn't sleep for 25 days. I didn't sleep at all. I didn't sleep at all for 25 days.
How is that possible? That
I'll tell you how it's possible. You lay in bed, frozen in something approximating terror for 8 hours, and then you get up.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. Not
and
good.
this is from fucking cider. From cider.
That's what we thought, yeah.
That's what we thought.
Wow. Did he just admit that apples are his kryptonite? Dude,
Yeah, actually,
suddenly I'm feeling Sam's very equipped to defeat him now.
Yeah, now we got, here's a little case for you, courtesy of the majority
A week
report.
ago, I had freshly pressed cider. And I've got news for you. Sleeping like a baby.
Any comic book graphic artists out there want to mock up Sam with some like apple picking equipment or something as a superhero?
That's right.
On the next episode, will the Majority Report crew get the sulfates to the mad psychoanalyst? Stay tuned, citizens. Or will he do his lobsters mean woman can't code speech? Will they get the apples to him in time so he lays in bed in terror?
We're going to move our HQ to the middle of an orchard.
That's right. We're surrounded like instead of like the fortress of solitude, it's just like a fortress of apple. Like we have a giant apple, and we dig out of it, and we inhabit the core.
A moat of fermented apple juice.
Michaela, be careful.
Eat this
They have juice.
We gotta eat an extra T-bone before we storm this fortress.
The jerky. We didn't call them Jews. We said they have juice.
We thought you might be somebody else named Jordan Peterson, but what's up, Kermit?
Well, that's why I'm calling in.
Okay.
This guy, he's running around, he stole my voice, and he's confusing absolutely everybody. Nobody knows who I am anymore. They just think, I call anywhere. Try to do something, they say, aren't you Jordan Peterson? And I say, absolutely not!
Well, I'm sorry for offending you. We've been hearing so much from him these days, and not too much from you, Kermit.
Well, I don't have much of an option now because, AT&T owns Sesame Street, and they don't give me much money anymore.
Yeah, I understand that.
Well, I just don't, do you guys know anything I can do about this? I don't know much about, I know about frog law. I don't know much about people law. Can I, take this guy down?
I think what you got to do is call in and just say you are Jordan Peterson, that you're very sorry for all the things you said about trans people, and you overreacted, and it was a big overreaction. And actually, a lot of the people who encouraged you on that, you now condemn and say that they you weren't well in your right mind, and now you've sort of got recuperated from the apple cider vinegar, and now you see the error of your ways. I think that's what you should do.
I think you should sue. I think you should sue for copyright infringement, and I think you should take him for everything he's worth, including his PhD, and you can become a doctor
You know what? I like
of
Brandon.
psychology.
I like Brandon.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's fuck him. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if we should physically do so, but I mean, in terms of his finances, take him.
No, metaphorically.
Yes, Kermit. I mean, totally. Take him for all of he's worth. Just steal all of the stockpiles of meat in his freezer from under him.
Oh, Pinky would love that.
All right, Kermit.
All right, you guys have a great day. Bye!
Bye.
I have to say, a good Kermit. Usually people call into the show trying to do the Kermit Jordan Peterson voice, and it doesn't quite sound like it.
What is it about Jordan Peterson that he would have a debate with atheists about if he wasn't?
If you can't identify him as anything other than Jordan Peterson.
No, I guess you could just say, believer in God versus 20 atheists.
But he would take exception of that. What do you mean by believe in God?
Then why agree to this is the question.
Well, that's the strangest. That's why. And this poor kid who's debating him, and Peterson basically shows up and go, "Oh no, I've actually just been teleported here. I'm not." I mean, it's almost like Freaky Friday. Where Jordan Peterson shows up, but it's just his body, and it's actually some other person.
I've been body swapped with somebody.
I've been body swapped. I didn't know about this. I didn't prepare for this at all. I'm only 7. Good.
Danny, nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Danny.
Danny.
You say atheists worship things or people or places, whatever. Can you be very clear about your definition of worship again?
Attend to, prioritize, and sacrifice for.
Okay, that's it. That's your understanding of worship.
Well, I could flesh it out, but that'll do for the time we have.
Okay. Do Catholics attend to Mary?
Well, yes.
Okay. So do they fit that description of worship?
Yes.
So you would say Catholics and other people that revere Mary, like the Eastern Orthodox tradition, worship Mary?
Well, they might not put her in the highest
But
place.
you would put it that way.
No.
You just said it. Now you're taking it back.
There's still a hierarchy.
Okay, there's a hierarchy, but within
there's something at the top.
All right, you can worship things
Mary is
below.
quite a ways up the hierarchy, but not at the top.
Let's go over your definition of worship again. What's your definition of worship?
Attend to.
Attend to.
Prioritize.
Do Catholics
sacrifice for?
Do Catholics attend to? Do they prioritize Mary over all other human beings?
No, I didn't say overall, did I? I didn't add that to my definition.
You understand?
I said there was a hierarchy as well.
You attend.
So you can attend to something trivially, or you can attend to it deeply.
Okay, now you're adding stuff to the definition, but your original definition.
I added the hierarchy part at the beginning.
Are you familiar?
Just didn't understand it.
Are you familiar with the Immaculate Conception?
Why is that relevant?
Because you go to a Catholic church, don't you? Or you've attended recently. You're interested in Catholicism, aren't you?
Sure.
All right. Are you familiar with their doctrines?
Somewhat.
Okay. You're familiar.
Their doctrines are very
How do they
deep.
regard Mary?
Why are you asking me that?
Because you're a Christian.
You say that. I haven't claimed that.
Oh, what is this? Is this Christians versus atheists?
I don't know.
You don't know where you are right now.
Don't be a smartass.
Well,
and I mean
either you're a Christian or you're not.
I won't talk to you if you're a smartass.
Oh, either you're a Christian or you're not. Which one is it?
I could be either of them, but I don't have to tell you.
You don't have to tell me. I was under the impression I was invited to talk to a Christian. Am I not talking to a Christian?
No, you were invited to.
I think everyone should look at the title of the YouTube channel. You're probably in the wrong YouTube video.
You're really quite something, you are.
Aren't I? But you're really quite nothing, right? You're not a Christian.
Okay, I'm done with him.
Bravo on the quick wit on that kid to turn that phrase around on him. Oh my goodness. You're really quite nothing, aren't you?
I just don't understand. What was it he didn't want to? I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not even sure I followed what the debate was about there. And it just seemed to get short-circuited.
Because Mary is like the mother of Jesus, as opposed to Jesus, who's or God, who you're supposed to be worshiping at the top of the hierarchy, I think is maybe what he was alluding to.
But I think the point is that Peterson is making an argument that atheists are also worship a God. It's just they don't refer to it as a God.
Yeah.
Because they have some guiding principle. But I'm just guessing. I mean, I also think that's sort of like what if anything you worship is a God in that instance, it really has to do with what he said in terms of like what Peterson himself said about prioritizing and where they sit upon like their ability to impact the world. There's a difference between a God that you think is all-knowing and all-controlling or has set up. I mean, different people have different theologies, but if you call everything a God, then yes, nobody's an atheist.
But Catholics would not say that they would not say that they worship Mary, right? So that's why, like, they may believe. Matt, you can talk about it.
I mean, I don't know.
But I mean, I did a little research.
All I know is that Knicks are your God.
I think all he was doing was trying to get Jordan Peterson into the murky waters of the fantastical things about religion that Jordan Peterson definitely does not literally believe in the sense that, in the common sense of the word belief. And when Jordan Peterson could sense that, and that's why he got really sort of leery about even being called a Christian. Because Jordan Peterson, like I said, does not believe the way that, people you might know who are religious, that there's a God sitting there ready to pass your judgment on you, your soul, when you die.
Important.
And if you're worried about the kids living with a single parent, maybe you should be worried about the kids who don't have access, who are living with two parents and don't have access to food, don't have access to a quality education, don't have access to higher education or health care or a myriad of other things that are unequal because so much of the wealth in this country, and broadly speaking in the world, is concentrated in the hands of a few. In other words, you want more equality of outcome.
Possibly rectify that if one man is, but like say if we've got one 6'5" beautiful man who's got a perfect body and he's brilliant, and he just wants to date a bunch of women. And all the rest of the people are 5'1" and they're fat and they're lazy, and like this guy's gonna, if this is the competition,
pause it for
he's
1
going
second.
to win.
I just want you to know that Matt stood up to show us that he's the tallest person in the
6'2".
Let me say, Sam Harris. That's how it's done. There's a thought experiment.
All right, continue.
To win.
Yep.
There's no way around this. And even if you decide to have enforced monogamy, where it becomes a popular thing, the women are going to be more drawn to him. If he chooses to date them, they might decide, I would rather have him sometimes than never at all.
That is actually what does happen.
But what is wrong with that?
Well, what's wrong with it is that it destabilizes society and it's bad for children.
Right, you said that.
Yeah, but
what if they don't want to have children? But there's a lot of people that don't want to have children. There's a lot of people that choose to go their entire life without having children. There's men in their 30s. Some of my friends have vasectomies. They don't want children.
Mm-hmm.
So why would that help in any way, these involuntary celibates?
Well, I think you tilt the society so that it serves the interests of, well, that's a good question.
But you see my point?
Pause it. That moment when he says, I think you tilt society so it serves those who have less.
Oh no, I see.
To each their need, right? Or whatever it is.
To each from their ability, each according to their need. Oh shit!
Oh, that's a good question.
Fucked up again.
Damn it! I should have thought about this before I went on tour for months to espouse it.
Let me reset this. There's new research that actually says that children are much more upset by not having two parents than by starving. There you go.
let's say you were somebody who was like just adamant that, women have it easy, or like society's doing too much to cater to black people or something like that. And I don't know, you wrote a memo and you wanted some type of like, and your bosses were concerned about you at the workplace. It would be nice to have representation who are going to work that out for you. Now, I personally, I wouldn't be too thrilled with you, but everybody deserves some type of procedure and some clarification and some transparency. Here is Jordan Peterson to sort of hide the ball when it comes to unionism.
This is 20 minutes into his message to CEOs, by the way.
Its necessary role. Make your enterprise productive and profitable. Make yourself generous and abide by the dictates of your conscience. Do enough signal good so that your great wealth rests lightly on your shoulders. This is a more difficult task, take note, than generating that wealth itself. Put the human resources DIE personnel back in their place.
That's diversity,
inclusion, education.
He switched around the letters. It's DEI.
Okay, well, yeah.
It's probably intentional.
Stop hosting faux democratic town halls. Since when do you care what the stock boys think? In a few decades, if they have the fortitude, ability, and industriousness, they will be sitting in your hard-won place and making the decisions that you are currently charged with making. Did you not earn that right? Then why forego it under moral pressure? And if the answer is guilty conscience, then straighten yourself out, get your oppressive superego under control, or stop doing those possibly terrible and unworthy things that make you guilty when the mob knocks at your door. Stop making obeisance to the alphabet brigade. Stop educating your customers, remember them, as to what political opinions are acceptable. Stop with the faux communist pretense, unless you want to go there. And if you do, think again, sunshine. Stop pretending that there are 150 different genders and that it is your job to be so compassionate toward all narcissistic outsiders that you tempt children into ill-advised and terribly destructive surgery.
Oh my God.
Say hello to my little friend.
Well, now let's be clear here. Is this a course that CEOs take, or is he just dedicated 30 plus minutes to a show to I just want to speak to the titans of power? Stop listening to your stock boys, Warren Buffett. Sister.
Competitive and dominating, power mad, selfish, exploitative, raping and pillaging.
Sunshine?
You might think that I'm overstating the case. Think again, sunshine. That make you guilty.
Think again, sunshine.
And here's the one we just saw.
Pretense, unless you want to go there. And if you do, think again, sunshine.
We should beat them to the market with the Think Again Sunshine t-shirts.
Yes. Who is this? Where are you calling from?
Emma Vigland.
Hello?
You listen here, Pussy Willow. There's nothing more pathetic and disgusting than to hear a worker beg their boss for a coffee break. Your hatred of Sam is natural and it is righteous. But it is utterly meaningless unless you're willing to tap into it. So I want you to look him in the eyes and you say to him, "It's coffee time, bitch." And then you hit him with a Triple H crotch chop.
A Triple H?
It's a wrestler.
The Triple H crotch chop.
Right, okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. There's nothing more pathetic than your groveling. I don't want to hear any more of it.
But I'm the wokeness that Sam is imposing on all of us. It's oppressive, Jordan.
Listen to me. The feelings that you have deep inside for Sam are hatred, and they give you power. You must tap into them.
It's like
and
Jordan
you must
Peterson
let them
Bane,
guide
right?
you.
It's like FDR.
No, you're like right. It's FDR mixed with
a Swami
the
or something.
Star Wars Emperor. Oh, bye.
Yes, goodbye.
Here's Jordan Peterson filling out that lineup of anti-trans programming on the Daily Wire with his new show, talking about how gender-affirming care should be illegal and comparing such care to Nazi experiments.
And even more firmly, how about making the medical conversion of boys into girls and girls into boys illegal? We don't allow minors to get tattoos. They can't drink or drive or both.
Pause.
They can't.
Okay, so you can drive if you are a minor. You get a driver's permit, and you go through to. I mean, it depends on the state. You could drive when you're 15. You could drive when you're 16. You could drive when you're 17. But you are a minor if you're under the age of 18, and you can drive. But the point is also that when he what does he say there? Does he say surgery or just gender or the transitioning? Yes, you can use puberty blockers when you were a kid. But for the most part, I do not think that the transition surgery, it happens for kids underage. He uses that as basically a red herring, a way to make the trans care seem even more extreme, and just so you know that he's in bad faith here. Remember when he got banned from Twitter and said, "I'd rather die than delete his tweet where he dead named Elliot Page"? He referred to the physician that performed Elliot Page's surgery as a criminal. Elliot Page was well into adulthood when he got his surgery, his top surgery. So now, though, he's saying that it's really only criminal because this is happening to minors. Well, let's see if he explains himself.
And girls into boys? Illegal. We don't allow minors to get tattoos. They can't drink or drive or both. They can't vote. And plenty of them are confused enough and hurt enough and starved for attention enough to drift into the hands of the villainous woke propagandists to allow the butchers to cut off their breasts and their balls.
Okay, pause it. It's really something to hear a guy call the woke left villainous when he is in some sort of like James Bond villain cave with the stalactites and stalagmites. What do you call it? Stalactites, stalagmites?
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
Dripping, and he has like bats flying overhead. He's really in some like some villain cosplay here, but it's the woke left. That's the problem, I guess. When he calls them butchers, it really is just despicable. Just despicable. And to be clear, I think I hedged a little there. That's not happening to underage kids. It's just not. They're put on puberty blockers as a way for them to feel like they are in their own bodies, that they are not in a foreign body that does not compute with their perception of themselves, with their identity, with who they are.
We have already passed legislation in much of the Western world outlawing so-called conversion therapy, which was a pseudo problem to begin with because it was virtually never happening except among more explicitly fundamentalist counselors who were sporadically attempting to remediate, is there a more politically correct word, homosexuality. I don't know if anyone noticed, but the most severe form of conversion therapy is precisely the double mastectomies, removal of ovaries, uteri, and testes, and hormonal transformation of hapless children. So now a counselor, a physician, or social worker risks his or her license, reputation, and livelihood if she or he dares talk to a minor about identity. But a butcher masquerading as a benevolent surgeon can castrate with impunity and be celebrated as a moral paragon. How about we stop doing this? It's wrong. Do I really have to say this? It's not just wrong. It's Auschwitz and Gulag level wrong. It's Nazi medical experiment level wrong. It's Unit 731 level wrong. And I'll put a trigger warning on that. Look up Unit 731 at your extreme peril, and I'm dead serious about that.
All right, well, he went there. Now, if Peterson wants to do some research, since he certainly has access to a thesaurus, which he uses to a degree that I would say is a bit excessive, gluttonous.
Moral paragon.
I just said the fact that that is a method of communication that works for some people is mind-boggling to me. He should look up queer history and understand that Nazis were engaged in transphobia and in homophobia and killed people who they perceived as not falling into the gender binary. Here's from The Nation. Talia Levin wrote this up last year. What is less well known, although queer historians have made an effort to belatedly publicize the loss, is the significant number of the books that burned on that terrible night, talking about the night in 1993 when there were thousands and thousands of books burned in Germany. Did I say 1993? 1933. Is that a significant number of the books that were burned on that terrible night had made up the library of the Jewish sexologist Magnus Hirschfeld, whose Institute for Sexual Studies was the first clinic in the world to provide surgical interventions allowing trans individuals to live in the bodies they sought. The Institute, which opened in 1919, provided care that sought to dispel the shame that surrounded same-sex love and gender nonconformity, published path-breaking research into trans-affirming care, and gave office space to feminist activists. Love, Hirschfeld wrote, in 1912's The Natural Law of Love, is as varied as people are. The notion was intolerable to the Nazi state, and all 10,000 of the volumes of the Institute's library, priceless and rare material, German and foreign, much of it addressing same-sex eroticism and gender nonconformity, were collected by the Nazis, basically, and consigned to flames. It is only now, nearly a century later, that the void left by the destruction of this pioneering work has begun to be filled. But the Nazis were anti-trans, they were certainly anti-gay, and they would not be in favor of the kind of surgery, trans-affirming surgery, that Peterson describes.
I put all my lectures on YouTube. That was more curiosity. You know, I've tried to stay on the cutting edge of technology.
Oh, yes. Oh, totally.
And when YouTube popped up, I thought, oh, you know, what the hell's this? Permanent video. Permanent video. Oh, permanent video. That's sort of like a printing press, except for audio and video. We now have a printing press for audio and video. What the hell's that? Well, that's a Gutenberg revolution.
You know, I was the only one who understood the implications of YouTube. God. Everyone else was like, oh, it's just some video thing. And I was like, no.
This is Gutenberg.
This is like the printing press. Do you realize that you're going to be able to post videos and it's going to be up there? No one else knew this. I am the one who discovered the utility of YouTube. Prior to that, people were like, oh, this is a good idea if I just want to put something up and just show myself.
Daily Motion's like, we thought that too.
No, no.
I saw a camcorder and I'm like,
oh. You know what? This would be a good idea to use. It would be good to actually shoot things and have it recorded onto the video. I wonder if anyone ever contemplated how they could use a video camera to record video. That's what occurred to me. I'm on the cutting edge of analysis of video.
Audio and video. What the hell's that? Well, that's a Gutenberg revolution. Better jump on that. So I started, this is when YouTube was still cute cat videos mostly. I thought I'll put
Pause it.
lectures
What year
online.
do you think this would be, him putting himself at very early YouTube?
Well, now, I didn't know that you were allowed to not post cat videos until, well, YouTube started in 2004.
Right.
As far as I remember, live streaming didn't happen until like 2012. But I mean, in 2004, I was watching ballet with Mila on it. And
2013 is when he's talking.
2013
is when he started his YouTube page.
I was on the cutting edge of this.
Ground floor. Nobody knows what this is going to be useful for in 2013.
Do you... You know what I've recently also discovered is that you can use LED lights with a dimmer. With a dimmer. And so what you're able to do is to change the lighting in a room with the use of a dimmer.
I looked at this can and I'm like, this is energy in aluminum. Whoa. You can just drink it. It's Red Bull. Nobody understood what it was.
You know what I've also, are you aware that you can use your phone and there are reminders? You can use a calendar. It's like literally like having an assistant that is automated. So, okay, for instance, I have a class at 2 p.m. Oh, I hope I don't forget it. But what I do is I actually put it into my calendar and have it remind me. See, I'm on the cutting edge of these things. Go ahead.
So I started, this is when YouTube was still cute cat videos mostly. I thought
I got news for you. In 2013, this was so late in the game.
Totally. It was one of the established players, very much so at that time.
By 2013, it's crazy. I thought he was going to say like 2009.
Yeah. This is when YouTube was still cute cat videos mostly. I thought I'll put my lectures online and see what happens.
Yeah.
You know, and they started to grow. By the time everything exploded around me in 2016, I had like 200 hours of lectures online, which really saved me. Right, because people came after me.
Also, at that time, you'll recall that Gamergate had happened, and there was a serious investment by the right wing to create a bigotry around LGBTQ people, and I just rode that into fame and fortune.
He put those online because he's trying to get hits on Canadian news channels, which he got all sorts of times, and he appears crazy on it. Also, I'll just mention Barack Obama joined YouTube September 5th, 2006. So.
Well, all right. Well, okay, but he had multiple cats.
Almost 2 terms.
He loved cats. So
he was just posting cat videos.
Air America had a channel at 2005.
Yeah.
We weren't live streaming. You couldn't live stream at that point, but we were uploading stuff. It's just unbelievable.
Do we lectures online, which really saved me. Right, because people came after me when I opposed
bigotry.
Trudeau's idiot legislation. Yeah. You have to use pronouns. It's like, fuck you, buddy.
Go, fuck you, buddy. Fuck you, buddy.
Wow.
Yes, I just brought out the big guns for that one. I was like, F you, buddy. You're not going to take that from you, mister. Oh, or should I say, Mrs.? I didn't know which one to say. Fuck you, buddy. Fuck you. God. Jeez, this guy's got such.
It's the type of guy if he would like if he said that because you took his parking spot, you would laugh at him and make fun of him as you walk.
That's my parking space. Oh, fuck you, buddy. Fuck you. As you walking off like go fuck yourself, but fuck you, mister.
Weird bird.
You. I'll key your car.
I do want to make clear also that when I think I just saw a few IMs last time when we played that Matt Walsh debate clip. I think it's fair for all of these to sort of come with a trigger warning for transphobia. And I say that completely seriously. I'm not being facetious whatsoever. I mean, this is some really, really disgraceful and difficult stuff for me, a straight cis white man, to watch. So for anyone who's actually, in one of these marginalized communities, I completely understand. But I think it's worth, giving a trigger warning. But I also think it's really important that where we are, we push back. Strongly push back against this shit, because this is like almost violent.
Yeah.
Everyone is terribly concerned about the suicide rate among kids who are questioning or confused about their gender identity. And of course, we have to always be concerned. One suicide is too many. We're all on the same page about preventing suicide. Okay, but no one is talking about the fact that, you know what? Some of the parents are suicidal. This whole thing is driving some of the parents to feeling suicidal. And I'm talking about parents who have gone through the most terrible things in their lives. And this issue, this particular ordeal with their child, seeing their child slip away and become someone unrecognizable, both in terms of their personality and their physical persona, and in terms of their future losses. Will this child be totally estranged from the family? Is this child going to come visit me when I'm sick in the hospital? Is this child, going to come to their siblings' weddings?
Well, I can barely imagine.
Hey, newsflash, Miriam. Straight people can be pieces of shit and bad kids on their own. They don't need to change anything about their composition to be just fucking bad kids and bad siblings. That is not a genetic thing. Some kids just grow up to be pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Or maybe, and this might be a crazy thing to think, what if it's your fault? What if it's the parents' fault?
Imagine anything worse than being in a situation where you have a child who's being pressured by ideologues and potentially your spouse as well to radically transform themselves in an extraordinarily destructive way, in a manner that's going to echo down the decades, that's going to disrupt the entire family structure permanently, and that's going to turn the person you love into something like a confused monstrosity, which I think is the most general outcome, and that you are powerless and made powerless as well by the courts to do anything about it, and also subject to the punishment of law if you dare to voice your anti-transition opinion.
That is,
and that's a pretty dismal corner of hell.
That is complete. Is that really the end of it, basically? All right. That is completely counterfactual. There are 400 plus anti-trans, anti-gender affirming care bills, making it a felony in some instances in some states to provide gender affirming care to kids. There's actually zero examples of what the intellectual Dr. Jordan Peterson there is saying about there being some criminalization of parents for not providing gender affirming care to their kids. In fact, it's the opposite. Parents are under threat right now for doing what their child says is right for them.
This shit drives me insane because what I said before is there are many factors to where families fracture that have absolutely nothing to do with anyone's gender or sexuality. I don't know if Miriam Grossman is a parent, but parents are sometimes really shitty to their kids. Parents sometimes physically and emotionally and mentally abuse their children. So maybe that's why they wouldn't want to go to a family wedding. Maybe that's why when they're sick, they maybe wouldn't feel necessarily comfortable going to help them. Because maybe if they were in that situation, their parent wouldn't support them either. Clearly, because these two fucking people are saying that transitioning would lead them to be a monstrosity or lead them to essentially completely alter how they are mentally and emotionally. If I were that kid too, if I were one of these people's children, I wouldn't associate with them either, and it wouldn't be because I was trans.
Exactly.
Guys, this is maybe the most horrifying book cover I've ever seen in my life.
What on earth?
This looks like a joke.
That's not a
actually
cursed
real
image
thing?
at all.
There's no way this is a real
I mean, I'll look it up on. Yeah.
With meat only
This has to
in
be a joke.
toxicology. The book contains the most important information.
This is a joke.
Nuggets. And his daughter. Oh, and he's behind his daughter. Okay.
I'm looking off in the distance at Michaela. My daughter is a fantastic piece of ass.
It looks like a Chuck Tingle book.
There's no way this is true. This cannot be real.
No, it's actually for free on Kindle Unlimited right now.
This is a actual cover of an actual book. Are you serious?
Here's the page. You can get it on.
Ooh, wait, let's see the ratings.
You can get it. Well, it's only got 7 ratings so far because it might not be out yet.
You guys, what? This is a cover that someone put out with their approval and design for real?
Graphic design is my
I
passion.
don't mean to be like analyzing her breasts, but it seems like that one on the left is not in the actual. They didn't even.
It looks like the
proper
brow was
art.
photoshopped on.
Yeah,
kind
exactly.
of,
I don't
yeah.
mean to like.
Right.
I was out sunbathing with my daughter, and we were talking
That's just what
about how
happens.
eating only raw pig meat increases libido.
Michaela's
And
only
then we
eating
realized-
salami.
Yeah, Michaela eats salami exclusively. And then we realized we should probably superimpose a bra over her breasts.
Oh wow! Looks like we got to read the copy here.
Can I just say really quick? Finally, an appropriate use of the word "yikes." Can I just say before we do this? I had to read some of Jordan Peterson's actual book for my book. And there's this great section where he explains why he left Freud and realized there were more answers in Jung. And he was just like, and to his credit, he used to care about important stuff. He used to be obsessed with the arms race and the idea of there being a nuclear Armageddon, right? And he said, and he goes, and he has this whole thing about how one of his cousins when he was a little kid, and she was the most beautiful girl I had ever seen, and all this stuff. And then he said that he had a dream where they were sitting in a living room together, and they were watching TV or something, and then an atom bomb exploded, and woke up. And then he's like, and the Freudians kept trying to tell me it was sexual, but it wasn't. It was about the apocalypse.
It was actually just my cousin on the bed jumping next to me, trying to wake me up after a very long night.
All right, let's read this book.
Yeah, we need to read this copy. So,
and we're. I just want to keep saying this. We're really thinking that this is real. That this is
on Amazon's website.
I'm sorry.
Right
There's
now.
a podcast interview with Ivor Cummins.
So,
That's not a name.
This is a joke.
This book contains the most important.
Podcast interview with Ivor Cummins. This is a joke.
Who's that? I don't know. Who
I
that
don't
is.
know. This is a fake. This has to be fake.
Digesting depression.
This has to be fake.
This book contains the most important information nuggets by Dr. Jordan Peterson and his daughter Michaela Peterson regarding their carnivore diet or their, quote, lion diet. For every paperback sold, Michaela and her father, Dr. Jordan Peterson, they put Dr. Jordan Peterson in every single line, will receive $1 directly. This book offers 11 chapters of revised transcripts and blog posts by Michaela Peterson on how they cured their disease, depression, and health issues with the carnivore diet, and how ill people could start this kind of eating as well. That is gross.
If this is real.
Not doctors.
I mean, if this isn't real, Amazon
I
should
really
take
think
down.
it might be a fake.
I mean, they
thing.
really do believe all of these things.
Yeah, no, I think this is real. That's
far
Be like,
out.
you
It's
weren't
independently
depressed,
published,
you were
of course.
broke,
Check
and then
out
you made money off of
one
lying.
of the reviews.
1 star, 5 stars. Okay.
Oh, wow. The first review, not happy. Another pseudoscientific fad diet, riding on the coattails of our father, Jordan Peterson, a Canadian psychologist who somehow became an internet celebrity for refusing to use gender pronouns of college students.
That is an accurate summation of his career. Yes.
Michaela Peterson is pushing just what the world needs, another unhealthy fad diet, claiming to be a nostrum from maladies. Yeah, exactly. Got it. Did it right. Okay, this is better. 5 stars.
Such important information.
I have been following Michaela and Jordan Peterson regarding their carnivore diets for quite some time. It's a controversial approach due to the prevailing beliefs that eating red meat is detrimental to human health and that a plant-based diet is optimal. I acknowledge that the results for the Petersons are largely anecdotal. However, the evidence is growing across a larger population that a meat-only diet is largely beneficial.
In a certain sense.
These people are all going to have major health
Wonderfully
problems.
comedic.
For more background, see meatheals.com. In addition, I belong to several carnivore meat-only Facebook groups. Hello, Mark Zuckerberg. Where members try the diet and report their results. Many of them have been very compelling, including a weight loss, I don't doubt that, a relief from depression and mental fog, and addressing type 2 diabetes and autoimmune conditions.
That's not true at all.
Overall, the most diet...
Say, baby, put down that pipe and get my pipe up.
Overall health and vitality. Oh, I'm glad overall health and vitality is up.
Including in the bedroom. That's the most important part.
It's really great to have all this information in one place.
All right, let's
Did
take
Jordan
a call.
Peterson write that?
A great cure for leprosy too. Did you see that one?
I mean, that's disgusting, actually. Like,
if that's real, that's
Jordan
disgusting.
Peterson's a bad person, and his daughter's bad too.
And that means a lot coming from Matt because he eats mostly McDonald's.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you
Like
never eat.
Welcome
like
to the McDonald's 3 times a week diet.
Yeah, well-
10-piece nuggets are under $10 for a meal these days, and I've seen a lot of health and vitality out of that.
And so Michaela and I couldn't keep up with our schedule of reviewing old George Orwell
Also,
essays,
in
so we
Brooklyn-
needed to immediately change our diet base.
In Brooklyn, a large Coke is the same price as a medium Coke, so don't overlook that.
Yeah, so don't overlook that.
Screw you, Bloomberg.
It's the efficient decision and the right decision to get the larger option, and that'll provide you good energy base for recording podcasts.
The prevailing belief that sugar is bad for you in
prevailing
large
belief
amounts
that-
like that is being overturned by more evidence every day.
I've found that I've actually been able to read a lot more books about the Salem witch trials as a result of a higher Coke intake. So don't listen to the politically correct scientists.